Hi, welcome back to my channel. I think this video needs to be made. It's not a stitch and chat video. It's not a book review or any type of book related video. So it's not related to reading or stitching in any way whatsoever. I'm a little unsure about what I'm going to name this video, but I am sure of one thing, that I'm going to upload it. So I'm going to sit back, get comfortable, and I'm going to tell you this. If you don't want to watch videos where I discuss my mental health, my take on it, my truth, then this is a good time for you to click this video off. I'll wait 5 seconds. If you're still here, do me a favor. Don't tell me enough is enough. Don't message me. Just wait for the next video and maybe it might be something that you're interested in. Now, I am referring to my notes because I have a lot to say. Now, I mentioned in my last Stitch and Chat mental health video that I was after closure. And I thought I got it. But something was still bothering me, so I tried to handle it. All the while, I was trying hard, really hard, to take responsibility for the mistakes that I made. But what I ended up doing was trying to over-explain myself in order to achieve something that has proved to be utterly impossible. Now, because of this, I decided that it's not a healthy thing for me to make a normal Stitch and Chat video today, because it would have come from a place of anger instead of just a place of hurt or a place of healing or even a place of joy or contentment. Well, I decided to Google something. And what I decided to Google was this question. And I've got to find the answer. What do you do when someone refuses to forgive you? So there were 6 points, and then I wrote out my thoughts. The 6 points were: number 1, fully forgive yourself and you won't need their forgiveness. Number 2 is think about how you might have apologized. Number 3 is forgive yourself first. Number 4, allow them time to process. Number 5, make a plan to come back to them at some time, but keep moving and keep healing. And number 6, respect yourself and the other person, even if forgiveness is not forthcoming. So based on those 6 points, you're going to get my take on it. Now, this is my channel. Robin loves reading and all the things. I choose the direction of my content. Okay? Now, since I have previously discussed my mental health issues, bipolar, PTSD, depression, anxiety, easily triggered, things of that nature, there are times that I'm going to use this platform, because it's my platform, as a way to deal with my pain. But also I hope that the content on this channel will also show phases of healing. Now, here's the meat of this video. Not only do I recognize that I often make bad choices, but I do recognize that I made mistakes that ultimately hurt people that I really never ever intended to hurt. Obviously, I've hurt people that I have no idea that I hurt, but I really can't go back and fix what is broken because those doors have been closed to me. Now, if I was a toxic person in those situations that I was involved with, then I can't apologize enough. If I committed any harmful acts that were abusive towards others, then again, I can't apologize enough. If obviously I did not pay close enough attention, nor did I pay heed to the clues that were right in front of me, that other people were being affected by my strong personality, my overexuberance, my eagerness, and this really affected other people in a very negative way. Now, it only got enhanced once I started to cross-stitch, oddly enough. I had a lot of questions. I got more involved in the discussions. And I guess over the months when I ended up turning things around and making things about myself, so much so that my behavior was affecting other people in negative ways. But I honestly feel that my behavior was no different than anybody else's behavior that would enter the rooms. We all get excited. We all have a lot to say. We all sometimes have questions, problems, issues, discussions. But I was singled out. I really feel that way. And no, this doesn't not make me make myself a victim. I'm not doing that. I'm going to repeat myself. I am not making myself a victim. I am telling you my truth, okay? But I do feel that at some point, I created an issue that didn't resonate with me, that the extent of that issue. I didn't understand the intensity of it. And because of whatever issue or issues I created, I was marked. Everything I did was judged by the issues that I created. Yes, I'm accepting responsibility. I am not making myself a victim, and I cannot apologize enough. Now, what did I want in all of this? I just wanted people to forgive me. I never expected to go back, but I did want peace, closure, and yes, that forgiveness that I felt was important so that I would not be responsible for causing anyone any further pain that I inflicted along the way. That's all I wanted. That's all I still want even. Do I feel guilty for my actions? Of course I do. Hindsight is 20/20. If I could go back and fix the things that I did wrong, I would do that in a second, in a heartbeat. But that's impossible. So why am I eager to apologize and fix these things? Well, because I thought I had established good relationships with specific people. But all of that is lost. Well, most of it. I still have some good relationships, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed when it comes to that. Now, I know that forgiveness is not for the apology giver. That's me. Forgiveness is not for me. But I guess in some ways I really did want to remove any feelings of guilt that I was absorbing or that I had created. And I think trying to remove my guilty feelings has made me even more guilty of bad behavior. Now, I really don't want to hold on to the hurt and anger anymore. In fact, this is the first time that I've actually started to feel anger since all of this happened. All this time I felt hurt, pain, dejection, hopelessness, and helplessness. But now it has segued into anger, and that's very concerning to me. Now, for those who are still angry with me, even though they say they want the best for me or that they care about me, well, they are, in my opinion, holding on to the negative things that came from me during the time that I was involved with them. Or they may be angry with me for specific things that I either was unaware of or that I ignored. No, I'm not putting words into anyone's mouth, nor am I assigning anyone specific actions or behavior. These are just thoughts that keep going through my mind because I'm just trying to understand what's going on. Then I have to ask myself, well, why am I apologizing? I also have to ask myself if I'm doing it in the right manner. And is there anything more meaningful that I can say to make things better? So far, I haven't been able to figure that out. But what I do want to do is take responsibility for any harm that I caused on an individual or collective basis. Now, I thought that over the course of the previous mental health videos, in the video that I called Removal, that I was trying to evolve into accepting responsibility and blame for whatever I did. So this isn't just a simple "I'm sorry." It's a genuine, heartfelt, deeply ingrained apology. Now, is it simply said that enough is enough? Yeah, I think it really is. Forgiveness is a choice that each and every one of us make. Just because we say we are sorry, I know that doesn't mean that other people have to accept it, nor does it mean that they have to forgive us. Now, I did mention in one of my videos that I tend to have a Pollyanna attitude. I love people, so they love me. I try to be nice to people, so they're definitely going to try to be nice to me. I know that's a fantasy. Why? Because we're imperfect humans in an imperfect world living imperfect lives. But what we are doing is doing the best that we can. At least I thought that's what I was doing. Now, I'm no longer going to try to ask why things happen. And I never, ever, not one time, expected things to go back to the way that they were. But I do keep asking myself, or kept asking myself, why the person or persons chose not to forgive me. Now I realize that there's no point to that. There's just no point. Now, as I said, we're all imperfect. Yes, we're all flawed. And yes, we do the best we can to get through life. Doing bad or toxic things does not make us bad or toxic people. It just makes us imperfect. Everybody is facing their own challenges in life. And sometimes when we cross paths with people, they, whether it's on a short-term basis or a long-term basis, they might be at a place in their life and they are in a place of pain that they may not even recognize in themselves. So when we're crossing paths with them, we may be creating harm that we're unaware that we're creating. At least all of this is from my point of view. This is my truth, okay? So this is it. This is how it goes. I just have to take it as a learning experience and try not to make these mistakes in any of the relationships that I have now or any relationships that I create in the future. But who knows? Maybe things will come back around and things can start to heal. But if they don't, one thing is for certain, okay? When I say my prayers and I ask God to forgive, for His forgiveness for my sins, I know that I have done my best to forgive others of theirs. So it's my hope that one day others will try to forgive me. That's all I have to say.